So I have a 9-year-old and a 5-year-old, and sometimes kids ask questions that I have no freaking idea how to answer. I have this deep-seated need, probably from my childhood, because that's where everything comes from, to actually answer all of the questions that they ask. And no, I'm not always going to give them like in-depth, super honest, super explicit answers, but I do try to give them something other than, we'll tell you when you're older, because that fucking infuriated me as a child, okay? Hated it. So we were talking about LGBTQ and going through what all of the different letters meant, and we got to T, and my children never had heard the word trans before, and they didn't know what it meant, and so they were asking questions. And now since then, I have told people how I explained it to them, and people have been like, you need to tell other people that because it's so simple. So here I am. I am not saying this is the right way. I am not saying this is the only way. I am just saying this is the stuff I word vomited out at my children, and other people thought that maybe someone could find that useful. So sometimes when we're born, our brains and our hearts can feel different than our body looks. When you're born, maybe your brain and your heart feel like a boy, but your body looks like a girl. Or it could be the reverse, that your brain and your heart feel like a girl, but your body looks like a boy. And sometimes our brains and our bodies are gonna change, and sometimes they're just gonna stay as they are. But since it's our job to treat people with love and kindness, we wanna talk to them in the way that makes their brains and their hearts happy. So if their brain and their heart are telling you that they're a boy, we're gonna use boy words for them. And that's it. And my son looked right at me and he said, my brain feels like a boy. And I said, that's great, your brain gets to feel like a boy. And he said, maybe tomorrow it'll feel like a girl. And I said, you tell me and we'll just act accordingly, sir. It really doesn't have to be complicated, and sure, they'll ask more complicated questions as they keep going, and I'll try to give them answers. But I just want them to keep asking me, and I just want to keep giving them the best knowledge that I have. And that knowledge is going to change, and I'm going to fuck it up at some point, but then I will go back to them and say, Mom screwed up, and here's what I know now. Because at least we're all trying. Know better, do better.